Hi race fans, have you ever wondered what it's like in a top fuel cockpit when you see the guys on the line and we're moving around? Well, we're just in the process of building a new car and we've got it stripped back at the moment so we can explain to you what controls we've got in here and what do they do and what you're doing on a run. So first of all, the most important one to me is the brake. Now we have a handbrake on these cars because it's just easier. You've only got two pedals, which is your throttle and your clutch on the start line. So you need a handbrake to keep it in stage before you hit the loud pedal. Then at the finish line, you've got the most important thing is the parachutes. On this car, we have the parachute levers here between the legs. It's like an old friend of mine who used to build my race cars for me. He said the first thing you would do is grab between your legs to save it. So he's always put the parachute levers there. Over here we have the fuel. This puts the fuel on or shuts the fuel off. This we do when we go to do a burnout. We have it on limited amount of fuel. We usually have a dashboard in here that tells me how many gallons per minute, and we burn out on so many gallons per minute. So we burn out with it around half fuel. Then as we go into full stage, from pre-stage, we pull the fuel right on. After we've done a burnout, we go stop, and just with these cars, you have to be rolling about a half a mile an hour to get this is the forward and reverse lever. And you just snick it into reverse very gently, and then you have the clutch here. You do a burnout. It's like a normal car clutch where you want to start, you let your foot off the clutch, you burn it out. At the finish of the burnout, you put your foot back on the clutch, you put it into reverse, you take your foot off the clutch, and you put it over here. You let it come back. Sometimes if your idle's up a little bit, it comes back too far, so you have to keep pressing the clutch and holding the brake a little bit. Here we have the throttle here. We've got a cage around it so that you can pull the throttle back if the engine is revving too much. Sometimes it's got stuck, so you can pull this back. And there that you see here is the master cylinder for the brakes. It's not all plumbed in yet. As I said, we're in the process of putting it all together. Here on the steering wheel, this button here is an air control for the parachutes. So you've got your manual levers, but here is an air control. I'm always a bit wary of these, that you don't know whether you've burnt or an airline's come off. So primarily you always pull the parachute levers first of all, and if so afterwards, if they haven't come out, you can push the button. That concludes really about what happens in here.